been a very, very, very long time since I've last seen you and spoken with you. What can I say? Your girl here's been through a lot of stuff during this time. But I will explain that more near the end. I will also explain what I want for this channel near the end. Right now, the topic in question is why you clicked this video. So, a little bit of insight. When I decided to come back, it was because I had to get started on costumes for a tradition my best friend and I made 3 years ago about whenever we go to Fan Expo, we are going to dress up. And we did that last year, which was our first year, and now it's going to be, and then this year happened. Last year, I did the 3 costumes that were my first ever videos, which was Zack from Final Fantasy 7 or 8. I don't really remember, and it's pretty obvious that I don't really know that series. Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. That is what we all dressed up as last year. My best friend's sister, and I. Now this year we decided to stay on theme. So we decided to do something from the same series. And this wasn't a coincidence. This was something I thought of last minute for my costume. And I'm like, okay, well, might as well do it. So the show or series in question is called Delicious in Dungeon, aka Dungeon Meshi, the way I prefer to call it. And the characters in question is Senshi from the series, and he is the dwarf that cooks. What does he cook? Glad you asked. He cooks monsters. Yeah, he cooks monsters. And what am I doing for my costume? Oh, glad you asked that as well. I'm doing Marcille, the magical elf that's disgusted by the food that Senshi makes and shows it very much on her face and her actions. And to top it all off, I can relate to her a lot because I'm also a picky eater. Yeah. But, to be fair, the food that Senshi does cook at times does look appealing. If you guys want to check that show out, I highly recommend it. It's really good, and it's a really nice fantasy foodie show with a nice story as well. So, you know. Anyways, I already pre-recorded this. I already made this. I already went to Expo. You're just gonna be chilling with me as I explain my journey along the way for it. Yeah, let's get to it. I got like 2 dresses from the thrift store, which by the way was like my first time ever going thrifting. And I got like this dress that had like this, it's inside out right now, but it had like this weird design on it, which I feel like I may use later on in my final piece, but who knows. It was like this long sleeve dress, and it has this whole circle skirt. And I got yes, my room is a mess right now. And this is the part where the chaotic part of making stuff appears. I detached the sleeves, and what I want to do is like maybe cut them to size and maybe just make them kind of like attachless sleeves or whatever, detachable sleeves. This is the other dress. It's already seamed, and like since there's like a belt thing, I think I might want to cut this here and then attach that skirt on this. I also want to make this skirt like shorter, so it's probably up to my knees or something, and maybe I'll make the back of it longer and the front of it shorter. I'm not sure yet. I got a bunch of other materials from the thrift store, mainly for the cape, like this. I want to use like the end of this piece to kind of wrap around the cape. I want to use this material like to put more, you know, detailing on the capelet, since that's kind of the main component. Also, I have these gold leaf things that I got from the dollar store one time, and I'm like, maybe I could just like put this on this, like on top of the capelet. I also have red ribbon for the thing. What I want to mainly focus on is I want to make the dress like, you know, something that I can even wear later on. But I don't know what I was gonna say, but I think I should get started. Anyways, yeah, toodaloo. So I really thought that I could have a content creator moment where you could see me talking with a visual design montage next to me, but I got instantly humbled, digital drawing, costumes, and humans, and so I went the traditional route with drawing on paper, my area of comfort. Now that I'm done with my small rant, I'll explain what I was talking about in the previous footage with a better visual. So what I planned to do was Frankenstein two dresses together, the bottom half of the light blue dress and the top half of the dark blue dress. I wanted to take the long circle skirt and shorten it to relatively my knees, which did happen as the final result. I also wanted to make that skirt a high-low skirt where it had more length of the back than the front. For the cloak, I wanted to make a mini capelet like the OG character, and that was the emphasizing part that gave the Marcille look. The turquoise scarf was the outer decorative part to give more texture. I used the edge of the yellow piece I thrifted to be like the edge she has on her capelet, but mine was more yellow while hers was more dull. But we're not about accuracy, so yeah. To add detailing to that, I added the golden leaf trim that I showed you, which I got from the dollar store. And even though I didn't show it in the design, I did end up making the fingerless mini sleeves, which you will see in my reveal. I think I just mentioned that. My original look did have a belt that I wore even at Expo, but I did not wear it during my shoot because I forgot, and I only realized it when I was done packing up. So I was kind of sad about that, but if anything, I can just pop a picture maybe in this moment of like one small picture I had at Expo. And even though you see the staff, I'm not going to explain it here. I'm going to explain it more during the process of it. So now that I mentioned everything, we should get started. Oh, but before that, you know, you're seeing the black and white version, but I actually made a colored version for you guys. Art thou proud of me? Okay, now let's get into the video. And so I began doing exactly what I said I was gonna do, which is cut the bottom part and the top part. I really struggled with cutting it with the zipper on it, and you can see that I was struggling, and I showed it. Now it's time for sewing. So as you can see here, I started sewing both the top and the bottom half together. In the next footage, you're gonna just see me sewing my life away into oblivion, slowly descending from the face of the earth. Here's a little sneak peek I show you of how it came out. My back. Now I think I was sewing the bottom hem of the skirt, well, the bottom half of the dress. It looks like it. For the cloak, I began cutting the same fabric I used for Howl, and I made basically a circle skirt. Well, I made like a circle quote-unquote skirt, but for my neck. And even though you see me measuring in this sequence and everything, I still had a little bit of measurement issues, which I'll discuss in the end. If I didn't say anything, you wouldn't know this, but I am putting this the wrong way by accident, and I only realize it after. Luckily, it won't change the overall effect. So I have like 5 to 10 minutes of footage of this, and this is just me trying to find my scissors.
Oh boy, did that take long, and this is why I'm making such amazing poses. But I found it in the end. See?
Since the previous video, I already did a sort of like montage of me sewing. Not previous video, previous part, like the dress part, I did a montage of me sewing. This montage is going to be slightly different, where you will see me sewing still, but most of it is little snippets of me just doing weird things that I caught on camera, and I don't know why. But you'll see what I mean. Oh my, I'm so bright right now. I'm like the bad light. Nice. Nice, strawberry. Nice. I'm busy with strawberries.
For the staff, I didn't really have an idea for how I was gonna make it. All I knew from a couple videos I watched of other creators is just I got a bamboo stick from the dollar store and then I just wrapped it with foil. And because I had no wire or anything, I literally wrapped even the circle with foil. Then I globbed a bunch of foam clay on the foil mold, and let me tell you that foam clay is a weird texture. As you can tell, this was my first time, so there's a lot of blemishes that you could still see from the old foil, but I really tried to cover it up as best as I could. And then the other part I was very intimidated by, which was the airbrushing part. this was my first time, so there was a lot of trial and error and adjustments that I was making throughout it. This is such a perfect angle. You can like barely see what I'm doing, and you can see my beautiful fashion of trash bag. Then came the part I was looking forward to the most, which was weathering in my amazing poses and my very clustered room. And you kind of have a little sneak peek of the next video. So, enjoy. I did not show you the full thing when I was doing this, but I did take a picture so you could see what I did. A little bit. With that, it's time for the reveal.
And we are back. Let me just fix that. So, we're back from the reveal. This is the third time I'm wearing this costume. The first time was when I was trying it on. The second time was during Fan Expo. And the third time was during this reveal. And like usual, some self notes that I have is overall I do really like the dress. I think they were it was very nice. It fit well. Some little notes though is zipper, want to work on that, little wonky. But that's also because I Frankensteined two dresses together, so it's obviously gonna have a little bit of wonkiness. And second, for the dress part of, like the skirt part of the dress, like I need to work on my hemming, especially when it comes to like round curved edges. Even though it's clean, it's still like overlapping each other in some areas, so it kind of looks off. But it's not super noticeable. It's only if you look real close, which please don't do that. You'll see a lot of mistakes. For the capelet, I definitely need to widen. Like if I make hoods next time, I need to make sure that the hood back is more wide and deep, because when I put it on, it like fills the entirety of my head, that it looks like I'm wearing a mannequin, and it just is so weird looking that that hood is just for decoration at this point, which is sad because I really would have wanted to incorporate that in my costume, but okay, it's whatever. The capelet part, I definitely want to make sure that I just add a little bit more length here and a little bit more space in the neck area, because, well, it fit well. It's easy, like any sort of movement, whoosh. That capelet will become a cape. So those are just the little mini things. Oh, I definitely want to practice airbrushing on my staff, like the staff that I made. I definitely want to airbrush and practice more with it. Obviously, because it was my first time, it was very wonky as well. Now, the part where I said in the intro of like a little explanation of my hiatus and my little future goal that I have for this channel. Hiatus, to sum it up, financial and burnout. That's it. What future YouTube content? I definitely want to try to at least get it a video a month. If I can push 2, that's great. If I can push more, that's even better. But I think 1 with the scheduling I have right now is at least decent. I also don't want to restrict myself on things anymore. I think it's completely okay if I use patterns. I think it's okay if I do a mix of both. I think it's completely okay that I'm not always called a costume designer. This is why I deleted my intro video. So I just wanted to get those things out of the way, because I didn't want to contradict my viewers and myself. So I felt like I owed you that explanation. And if you guys sticked around to the end of this, I'm so glad that you guys did. I very much appreciate everyone who's watched me, who is watching me, and the people who have been subscribed to me for a while. I appreciate you guys so much. It really helps me out that I'm like 1 step away from my goal of becoming like a full-time YouTuber. So with that being said, if you guys want to, if you like my content, feel free to subscribe. No, I'm not gonna force you, but I'd appreciate it. And I'm sorry, I don't really like saying this stuff, but I think it's kind of like a common YouTube line, so, you know. But I hope to see you in my next one. The next one should be Benchies, which I have everything done for that as well. It's just I have to get it out. So I'll see you in the next one. And because it's starting to be October, I really want to get some Halloween content in. Last year I did film my birthday outfit, which I want to maybe incorporate, but we'll see. No guarantee if I can even manage to do that goal. If not, then that's fine. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Okay, so quick announcement that I forgot to say in my outro. My best friend and I made a gaming channel together where we're being dumb and play games. So if you want to go check it out, it's 2 Dumbs. I'll put the link in the description. So yeah, anyways, now officially bye.